Have you ever noticed the exit screens of Max Payne seem very depressing? I literally spent 5 minutes or more of just reading these, just so you could watch. Enjoy!
Here I was again, waging a war that wasn't mine for reasons I didn't fully understand. My body ached. I was past it. But I had to keep going. What's the next one say? No amount of pills could numb this much pain. Better to live a lie than face the truth. But this wasn't the time for self-pity. What's the next one say? All I was doing was making a bad situation worse. Me too. I was a has-been. Never have been. But this was my mess and I had to clean it up. Yep, what about this one? Fate was mocking me. The same bad joke I'd heard 100 times before. Maybe this was how things had to be. But I couldn't give up now. It's like weird lyrics to an emo rock band song. People kept telling me I was going to hell. Seemed I'd arrived early. I've been here before too many times, but I had to see this through. All I was doing was making a bad situation worse. Maybe this was how things had to be, but this wasn't just about me. My world was fading around me, turning everything to black. I was a has-been, but too many questions were still unanswered. Things had a way of turning out right for all the wrong people. I'd been here before too many times, but this wasn't the time for self-pity. It felt like every step was taking me further away from the truth. I was a has-been, but I had seen this through. Bleh. I was a problem trying to be a solution. There was nothing left for me here. There was no backing out now. There was no saving anyone, least of all me. The toll was too great, but there was too much at stake. This was my sentence, to keep making same mistakes. The toll was too great, but this wasn't just about me. I wasn't the man I used to be, and even he wasn't up to much. I've been here before too many times, but there was too much at stake. I was back on the same path, and I knew where it led. I'd let enough people down already, but I had no choice but to push on. All I had left was emptiness, and that had rarely served me well. The toll was too great, but I was in too deep. There was no saving anyone, least of all me. This is where it had to end, but I had to keep going. In their faces I saw myself, the ghost of my mistakes. The show was over, but there was too much at stake. I was trying to put on an act when the curtain was already down. There was nothing left for me here, but I couldn't give up now. All super depressing. Once again, I'd confused remorse with purpose. My luck had finally run out, but I had no choice to push on. Guilt had... Oh, wow. Guilt had Guilt had ambushed me once again. I never saw her coming. My luck had finally ran out, but I had to see this through. This was the... What? Oh, man. This was the longest suicide attempt in history. I'd been here too many times before. But there was too much at stake. All those failures I'd banked had been gathering interest. This is where it had to end, but I had to keep going. Here I was again, waging a war that wasn't mine for reasons I didn't fully understand. Maybe this was how things had to be, but I was in too deep. The setting had changed, but the rest was all too familiar. My luck had finally run out, but too many questions were still unanswered. It had been so long since I'd seen a good idea, I'd forgotten what they looked like. My body ached. I was past it, but I couldn't give up now. Yeah, fucking depressing. Reality was about to come crashing down. I'd invested too much into something with no return, but there was too much at stake. Yep, that's it. This is just a video of me reading really depressing fucking exit screens on Max Payne. Yeah. Goodbye!